Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Moyna Bass Fishers. I am Jim Moyna, and in this video we are going to talk about Lake Guntersville and the fishing I've done there the last couple of days. After the Bassmaster Open on Logan Martin Lake in Alabama, I went north an hour and a half to Guntersville to meet with some friends from Nashville, Brian and Steve Little and Dale Humphrey. And we spent a couple days out on Guntersville having some fun. And let me just tell you, that lake has got so many bass in it. Everybody that fishes Guntersville knows that. The fish know it, the mayor knows it, the fire department knows it, the crackheads know it. They all know how many bass are in Lake Guntersville. And now I know. I guess I knew that too a couple years ago when I fished there for an MLF Invitational, but there's a lot of fish in there, and you can just go out and just fish however you want, and you're going to catch some fish. Now, we spent a lot of time running the shallow waters, going about it that way, which was a lot of fun. I was there for fun. I wasn't there trying to find the biggest 5-fish limit. That was not the goal. The goal is to have fun. The goal is to get a line stretch, catch some fish, and I enjoyed fishing shallow water doing that. Caught some on top waters, caught some on Nico rigs, and some swim baits were used, some shallow running swim baits, rig Texas style, were used as well. So that was a lot of fun. Man, there's a lot of fish in that lake. There's also a lot of this camera's not staying straight. Okay. There's also a lot of what I would call eelgrass or tape grass, and it's interesting in that it's all over the place, and it breaks up, it breaks apart and flows to the surface, and it can be a real challenge trying to fish areas if the wind blows it into your area. I mean, it really can be troublesome. I mean, it's so bad that you can't even throw swimming type baits like crankbaits and spinner baits and all that. And in certain areas where it's blown into, or just however, sometimes it just runs a certain seam in the lake. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's all worth it, man, because there's just fish everywhere. You cannot, if you go shallow, you can't pick a bad spot. I mean, you just drop the trolling motor and start fishing. Now, we fish shallow. We typically just got, we just found a flat. We just kind of fish shorelines that had flats running off of them. And then keep an eye out for the bluegill beds. If you find the bluegill beds, I think that's the key for some of the bigger shallow fish. So keep an eye out for that. And those are, the bluegill colonies. This is top-notch production here. So you just, like, if the sun's out and you're running a shallow flat and you just see a big bright area, oftentimes that's the bluegill colony, where they fan away the silt on top and expose like kind of a hard shell area, and that's what you want to catch. That's what you want to find. You can fish all the stuff in between and still catch fish, but I think if you're going to key on the bigger shallow fish, then I think that's what you want to find. So I would suggest kind of moving the boat rather quickly until you come across one of these areas. Now, if it's heavy overcast or low light in the morning or low light in the evening, these bright spots don't pop out at you quite as much, so that's a little more difficult. But it's if you got some sunshine and in midday, or not even completely midday, I mean, anytime a couple hours after sunrise to a couple hours before sunrise, the sun's out, you can usually see those bluegill beds pop. So, and top waters, low light conditions, the top waters work really good. And yeah, so, and the Nico rig, man, if you throw that Nico rig up in that bluegill bed, they find it. And it's really interesting because some of the beds we found, this stupid thing keeps rotating. Some of the bluegill beds that we found, they, I mean, we'd kind of drift up on them by accident. And next thing you know, behind us, all of a sudden you'd see, like, for example, one time we'd been kind of positioned around this one bed. I mean, right on top of it, but it was a huge area. It was kind of a big area where it was like 4 boats long. And all of a sudden I look behind me and here's 3 just swimming right across the bed, 3 bass swimming right across the bed right behind me. And I just quick pitch over a Nico rig and I hooked one, but actually that one got away, but I did hook one of those 3 just immediately. So if you don't see the bass, and that's real important, make sure you got good polarized sunglasses, because you're looking for those beds, but you're also looking for fish on those beds, or in those, in the bluegill bedding areas, and they're not always readily apparent even with sunglasses. In fact, you might have the bright patch of bluegill bedding or bluegill colony, but then there'll be maybe a few lily pad clumps or some weed clumps right off, just off of it, just adjacent to it. A lot of times the bass that are, actively feeding on that, or that are making use of those bedding bluegills for food opportunities, a lot of times they'll just rest or pause in that overhead cover right in the immediate vicinity to the beds. So anyways, that's about all I got to say about that. Tomorrow, right now I am positioned at Lake Eufaula in Oklahoma. I spent all day driving from Guntersville to here. Got my camper set up, and we are here to get ready for the next MLF Toyota Series tournament in the Southwest Division here at Lake Eufaula. It was really kind of interesting. I got here, late, like around 5:30, and all the storm activities was like behind me and to the north, but it's really cool because actually like a couple storm cells like developed basically like right over this lake, and they literally, once I got about 20 miles beyond me to the north and east, all of a sudden they went severe. I mean, because they were kind of just nothing when they went over me. I mean, I could see they were building, but they only dropped a few raindrops on me, not even that much. And then another 25 miles beyond me, I mean, they were severe. So you can go to my Facebook page, Jim Moyna Facebook, www.facebook.com/Jim.Moyna. That's my Facebook address. So you can always go there and see a picture, one of the nice, kind of cool looking pictures I got of the backside of one of those storm cells. So, all right, well, that's it. I will be going to bed here soon and getting up early to go break this lake down. Thanks for watching. Over.